Well, behind me you can see the wonderful Sunshine Coast University Hospital, which is going to open in a few weeks' time, and it's going to be a marvellous facility. As a resident of Birtinya, we're really looking forward to the opening of the hospital. However, it has posed us some problems. The council have put together their proposed parking plan, which we don't agree with. We did meet with the council back in September. They promised to come back to us with another meeting. That didn't happen, it became a newsletter. And most of the residents here are very unhappy with the way they propose to control parking. So this Sunday we do have a meeting in the Genoa Circuit Park. We want to discuss what we can do about this and obviously take a consensus of opinions about how we can handle going back to the council and asking them to change their proposed plan. Their proposed plan consists of allowing residents to apply for a permit to park on the street, which will be 1p parking, but that permit is only for a vehicle registered to that address. Right. You can apply for at least 2 permits, yes. And their plan is if you have visitors to your house, that you put your cars on the street, your visitors park in your driveway or your garage. Those that can't fit there actually have to park on the street and move their car every hour. So we're not really happy with this. We would like 2 permits that are attached to a house number, which we feel is just a sensible way to go. The council want to charge us $48 for each permit. We also feel that that's really unfair. I guess some of us feel that a one-off payment might not be too bad, but we don't want to pay for 2 permits every year.
And can I just ask, sure. It seems to be a kind of an equity issue. So if you live in another part of the Sunshine Coast, obviously you don't need parking permits.
Certainly.
Council and state and federal government, I assume, go ahead and they approve developments like this, approve housing developments like this. And then in order for people to go about their normal lives, they then pass on a cost to you guys to administer a system to allow you to go about your normal life.
And park on your own street.
Yeah.
However, we would like the permits to be changed to just be aligned to our house number. That is an ongoing thing, so if you sell up and move on, the 2 permits to park on the street go along with your house.
Okay.
Which all this just seems to us to be a very sensible way to approach it. A less cost to the resident.
Yes.
Residents who are not owners can apply for permits as well because they live at that house number, yes. Or they can ask their real estate agent if it's a rental property where the permits are that are aligned to that house number. It's a simple solution, but the council are digging their heels in.
And so have they given you a response about why that what has been suggested by the residents of the action group can't be done?
No reason except that they say if they tie it to a house number, then we can counterfeit the permits, which we find really quite insulting. It's implying we're all very dishonest people, and we'll go out and grab the nearest photocopier and copy the permits and hand them out to whomever.
Okay. Well, that's certainly interesting, and that's something to certainly take up. Now, you were saying earlier there's obviously potential issues, in this beautiful new area that's being developed with, additional visitors not related to the hospital, multiple tenants and that kind of thing. Now, you were saying Sunday's not really about that, it's more about...
Sunday's meeting is not really about the multiple cars at what are generally rental properties. Because rents are so expensive in this area, it's understandable that a number of people will get together to share the rent and share the house, and we can end up with 5, 6, 7, even more cars at one property. So the meeting this weekend, this Sunday at 4:30, is not really to address that. There are means to address those problems. You can report illegal parking to council, yes. And they should follow that up, and you can follow that with photographs and documentation. As Birtinya Residents Action Group progresses, hopefully we get a favourable response from the council about the parking permits. There are other issues in the area, maintenance of parks and grounds and footpaths, appropriate plantings in streets and those sorts of things. Yes. These are things we can address in the future, but our most pressing problem is the parking, and especially now that the hospital is going to open early.
So on Sunday it's 4:30. Sunday.
4:30, Genoa Circuit Park.
Yep. And who do you have confirmed in terms of elected representatives? Who's coming along for the day?
Who's coming along? Peter Cox is our councillor. Peter is coming along. Jarrod is our state member, and Jarrod is in attendance as well. We have apologies from our federal member, Mr Wallace. Unfortunately, he's travelling back to Canberra and can't be with us.
Okay, fantastic. Well, look, thank you very much for your time. I think that outlines, some of the issues that are happening. And look, on behalf of you, we urge all local residents to come down, listen to what's happening on Sunday, and get behind, trying to find a fruitful outcome for everyone.
Yeah, so please come, have your say.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.